diversity. We have microphones on both sides. So we will start Q&A for the next 12 minutes or so. Want to hear from both?
Dan Tortora, broadcast media. Mike, when you look at this team, obviously Tyus Jones and Okafor coming in, with Emil and with Quinn, they talked a little bit about how they've been challenged by the new guys. What have you seen in practice as far as those challenges?
Well, our practices have been very competitive. And we've been lucky that we've had 16 practices and everyone's been healthy. So that makes it even more competitive. When we only have 10 scholarship players, all 10 kids can play. So we go 5-on-5 and they go after one another. One of the neat things is that I don't think our players look at it as freshmen, sophomore, junior, senior. They've really come together as a group. They're really good group of guys. And most of them would like to be on the team that has Okafor. So that, I think they feel that makes them a little bit better.
Camera on the floor, straight ahead.
Dick Cox and Cox Sports Broadcasting. Coach, this league has great teams, great coaches, great environments to play in. What do you enjoy most about coaching this league and coaching you?
Well, I coach in Duke because it's a great school and really good guys to come to it, and they've been supportive of me for 35 years. The league, you know, when I came in and looking out in the audience, I had two of my really good buddies, Bobby Clemens and David Olden. We were in the league in the 80s when, yes, it was the best, and there was a brotherhood in the league, and it was really genuine. And that spirit and that camaraderie and that excellence has only been enhanced as the league continues. We're now at a time where it has a chance to really go back to the level, really being the best, because it was the best in the 80s. And it's been one of the best since then. But there's a chance to be the best with all, you had Syracuse and Notre Dame and Pitt and Louisville and these teams. You had the best of the Big East to the ACC. And I think it's time to really get this league at another level. And I think it'll bring out the best in all of us. I think more teams obviously will make the NCAA tournament. I do think that more of us will be hardened, toughened by the fact that going through that league. I know during the 80s and early 90s, when you got to the tournament, you played a hellacious schedule against great teams, and I think it helped. It helped us. I know it helped me at Duke in the development of my teams.
Second on the list.
That's Shiner from the list. Coach, can you talk about Quinn Cook? He's a senior this year. He's shown flashes, but has been inconsistent during his career. Talk about his development during the offseason. And then also, with the tough loss to Mercer, do you think that this team has something to prove?
I'll start with the second one first. They don't have anything to prove except what they're doing this year. I mean, if we won the national championship, they wouldn't have to prove the national championship again. What you did in one season is completely irrelevant to what you're doing in this season. And if you take anything from the last season to the next season, I think it's a mistake. You have to start out fresh. Each guy starts out fresh. We're not going to put the score of the versus game on the scoreboard or anything like that. And just like after 2010, we did flash on national championship rings. You got to concentrate on who you are right now. In Quinn's case, Quinn's been a really good player for us. He started probably 60% of the games he's been in Duke, so I wouldn't call him inconsistent. I would call him a good player who's been good enough to be a starter at Duke in 60% of his games. And he's been a winner for us. He and like everyone else has got to learn what their roles are going to be on this team and embrace it and how you use it to enhance what your total effort should be, and that's you winning as a team and not an individual thing. So Quinn's a great kid. He's one of our co-captains along with Neil. And we look for big things from him.
Right side.
Mike, you've obviously groomed players over time, but in the world we live
Say ruined players?
groomed players.
I thought your question was to premise. Easy one. You don't have any mind to answer that.
But with the players that you've been able to groom over time, in the climate now, it's more one and done. You have the opportunity that might happen on the team after this season. How have you embraced the fact that there is some change and that the NBA is always right there knocking on the door?
Well, it's not just it's been a fact of life for us for 15 years, over 15 years. So, I mean, we're accustomed to guys going one and done to, that's just the way it is. I mean, it's nothing new. And that's, what you have to do is you have to cram in more in a short period of time. And I think you have to be more tolerant of slippage. If there's going to be slippage, it's not going to be perfect. And try to get as much in and not overdo it. Because I give them enough where they're still instinctive, the least amount of slippage, and where they can be instinctively reactive offensively and defensively as a team. And that's what we try to do now. We really have a different team every year. Our team this year is a lot different than our team last year, and how we're going to play defense and offense, and we have an inside presence now. We have a great depth on the perimeter. We're still young, but it's different. So you don't try to cramp, you don't try to fit it in how my 92 team played, or 98 or 2004. Those days are not, those aren't the days. Do what you need to do today. And that's what we're trying to do with this group.
Carlos Smith, Cox Sports Broadcast. Just to kind of piggyback off the last question, as a coach, would you like to see a rule implemented to help keep players around longer than just
We have no control over that. We don't make that. We do have influence on new rules to enhance what will happen for the student athletes we have and the rules of the game. But the NBA and the Players Association are the ones who decide, what happens. And, I think the NBA would like to have 2 years, and I'm not sure that the Players Union would want that. And so we're really a slave to whatever they want. I do think if we had someone in charge of college basketball, that person should develop a relationship and be the face of our sport and talk and develop relationships with the NBA and the Players Union and figure out what's best for basketball. And that's not done. So we're reactionary. Instead of being part of the process, we are reactionary. Adam Silver has tried to involve the college basketball really as much as he possibly can, and he gets a group of us together to talk about it, but it'd be better if we had a person who just does that. It's been a frustrating thing for me for 25 years. I don't know why we haven't done that.
Camera back left.
Yeah.
Coach, the Syracuse Duke rivalry got off to a really good start last year. How do you see that rivalry evolving now over the next few years?
Well, I think that's one of the great things of the expansion is that you bring storied programs like Syracuse, Louisville, and these teams in, and we have storied programs, a number of them in our conference, and when you put them together, something new and good can happen. In the case of Duke and Syracuse, they weren't two great games, they were two great events. And so our conference, it's not just producing games, these games end up being events. For years, people have talked about Duke and Carolina as being an event. I think our conference is not one-dimensional in events right now. You can have a number of them, and I think that's great for the game. And Jim and I have talked about it. We're lucky that we're a part of that right now, to be a part of, two events like that. Those 2 days were great for college basketball. And great for the ACC. I think it was great for coaches versus Kansas. One of them, Jim, auction that Cody threw off for, I think, $14,000 that weekend raised. So I think we're going to take turns on who throws a code and try to auction them off each year.
In the interest of time, this will be our last question on the floor.
Coach, how hard is it to get the high school kids that are the great players, used to be the man in the high school level, to blend in and play team ball to college level?
I think it just depends on who the kid is. For the 4 kids we have in this freshman class, it's not hard at all. They're more than willing to do whatever the team needs.